We are going right back to Swordmaiden LUFENIA with a brand new squad. Now this one is inspired by Tonberry Troupe's Inkwelder, because I watched his most recent video where he showcased Gao with the Vanille sphere, and I just fell in love to the point where, yeah, I gave my Vanille sphere to Gao. Well, one of them. I have two. That's the only EX weapon that I maxed out a duplicate for the sphere, because it's just that good. And we're to a point now where we can do that without really hurting. I would have never advocated that in, say, early Chaos or anything like that, but now ingots are kind of a dime a dozen, so you can max out characters just for spheres without hurting yourself. But, I don't know, like I'm saying, I saw him do it and it was like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that before? Because I had this spare Vanille sphere just sitting around wondering, who am I going to give this to? It's so valuable, but who would really benefit from it? And Gao is perfect. Because think about it. They swing at you, Gao breaks them afterwards, buff gone. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven. So thank you, Inkwelder. I'm definitely going to link your video in the description of this. So to anyone who hasn't seen it, go check it out. Yeah, he is where I came up with the idea. I can't even front. Only difference between his team and mine is he brought Ramza. I'm bringing Onion Knight because I already used Ramza in the video. So I figure, all right, we'll bring the Onion. We are missing out on a little more attack amplifiers without Ramza here, but it worked out fine. You know, I'm trying to remember now if I even, because this run was kind of weird. It was fun and all. I really liked it, but I think I made some questionable choices. I'm trying to remember now if I even popped the Onion C65 once. I'm not sure if I did. We might have gone this whole fight without any ice enchant, but I mean, we already had the earth enchant. There's a lot of elemental enchant going on here, but it's hard to keep track of because these things are constantly buffing themselves and wiping the imperils off. It can be a mess. This fight's a little. This fight can get tricky if you want to do it quote-unquote legit. But if you are having trouble doing it this way, you really can't just burst this stage down with like launch comps and stuff. Just be aware that if you don't kill them both at the same time, the other one will heal. And it's not a little heal, it's like 10% health. It's a pretty big chunk. So be wary of that. Try to kill these things at the same time as much as you can. I'm stumbling over my words. Apologies. So that was one thing that was hurting Gao, was that, yeah, when they throw those buffs up, the Earth Imperil would be gone, and his attack would drop. And I think I was just letting buffs go away too. Like, I don't know. But I'm done criticizing myself. Let's just watch the video. Speaking of spheres, though, because I don't mess with spheres that much. Like normally how I treat spheres are if someone is a favorite or someone that I know I'm going to use a lot, I'll stack them with spheres, especially favorites. Like and some characters that are double whammies where they're favorites and meta. I'm looking at UVV. I stacked him with spheres the second he got that LD, like immediately. I'm trying to remember, what do I have on him? I think I have his own. Okay, now remember, I have his own, Renoa's, and the Cloud of Darkness sphere. And it works out great. But anyway, speaking of spheres, this is a crime that I haven't done this yet. I do not have a single sphere on Ramza. And I don't know why. No, I know why. Because when I originally got him, I wasn't even going to chase his burst. I was just going to get the LD and be like, alright, that's that. And then I just so happened to get his burst for free on the multi-pull for the Balthier banner, and Balthier's LD. That was a monster free pull. That was amazing. And since then, I'm like, okay, that's cool. That means that all I thought of it at the time was, alright, cool. That means that this Ramza synergy cycle will be easier for me. And then, yeah, I'll probably use him here and there a little bit afterwards. Like, he's a solid character. He's a good sport. He's great. But I use that dude constantly. Like, I'm trying to think of the last time, like, since he came out with the LD and the burst, there's been maybe one blind run of a stage where I didn't bring him? Yeah, I think maybe like 1 or 2. But I've used that guy constantly. And he's been cleaning up. So the guy needs some spheres. I'm not sure what to give him, so if anybody has any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll look them over. It's not like he needs spheres, to be honest. I mean, the dude just cleans up regardless, but every little bit helps, I guess, and he's definitely earned the spheres without... So I'm just gonna fangirl over Ramza for a little bit because, I mean, yeah, you want like an all-out offensive team, Ramza's your guy. You want a defensive team, Ramza's your guy. You want just a fair and balanced little bit of everything, Ramza's the perfect third slot. That guy works everywhere. And it's not like he just works, he wrecks shit everywhere. He's awesome. Big fan of Ramza. I like him way more than I thought I would. And actually, him and Dark Knight Cecil, both of them. Do you guys remember back when EX tokens were rare? And the game just kind of, I think there was twice in the span of a few months where they gave us enough to buy one. One of them was, I think, Dimensions End Order. I forget what the other occasion was. But, yeah, I think you guys remember back in the day, we were basically awarded 2 EXs, like one a while back and then another one a little bit more recently. The 2 EXs I bought were Ramza's and Dark Knight Cecil's, and they just sat there forever because, again, this is back when ingots were not easy to come by, and I already had previous plans. I had other characters coming out that I wanted more at the time, so I just waited for both of those characters, Dark Knight Cecil and Ramza. And eventually, it was like right when they got their LDs, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to be able to use these people. I have the resources I need to max them. Their weapons have been sitting there. I can finally put this to good use. And oh my god, were they worth the wait. Both, I mean, you guys see what I do on this channel from time to time. Like, usually Dark Knight Cecil and Ramza are there. Whenever they can, at least one of them. If not, usually it's both. Look at Galdo. They just hit us. Bam. Bye-bye, buff. He's been doing that for most of the fight. I mean, if they build up too much, he can't do it, especially when they cleanse the Imperil, but you can still always time it for afterwards, because even if it's not on the counters, Gao's HP attack hits everybody. His EX hits everybody. Perfect candidate for this sphere. I can't thank you enough, Ink. This was a great idea. I want to shout it from the mountaintop. It's funny because watching his video, he just kind of he seemed very like, oh yeah, this will be cool. Yeah, whatever. All right, that's great. And I'm over here like, this is amazing, like totally fangirling over it, like it's the coolest thing ever, because it is. Okay, so we've been holding our own. There's not much to really worry about. At the moment, anyway. Alright. See, I got this Ramza call, and I've been wanting to use it, but I kept being put in situations where I'm like, are they gonna buff? I don't know. And I don't want to delay them too much, especially now. That one only has 5 turns. If I delay him, that's a horrible idea. So I can't use it now. See, I keep flipping back to it like, no, Ramza, please. I want you in here. But I can't do it. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna hit us for basically nothing? Countered. Look at that. Orbs reset, all good. And we seem to be in a position where we can kind of just blow them up. So let's do that. Let's finally get this Jack debuff applied. Been waiting to do that, but again, with this fight, unless you go about this where you're doing, you know, rush down approach, you want to wait on that Jack call, because they're going to just keep taking turns and pushing other stuff off, and then it's one more buff slot that's going to get in the way of the HP silence, which you need if you're going to go about the fight this way. Well, you know what? Not necessarily. You don't necessarily need it. I mean, it's helpful, but I actually did another run with Global Worst Vincent, and I just let them hit us with that, you know, that Black Aura all attack. Yes, it cleansed all of our buffs, but it did 530 HP damage to each person. Because Vincent sucks. I was thinking about uploading that one, and then, again, I saw the guy with the Vanille Sphere, and I'm like, I want to do it too. Ink can't have all the fun. Okay, let's go. Look at me, I'm screwing up my own burst rotation. I made a video showcasing burst rotations, and now I'm not even doing it right. I had a free skill, I just didn't use it. I could have went all out AoE in this burst, and I just didn't. Well, too late now. It'll be fine. It's a pretty minor difference, to be fair. In fact, maybe that worked out better in this particular situation, because I think he was starting to lose some of those buffs from multi-hit. Not anymore. The spell book. The Onion Strength Unleashed! I can't get over Strength Unleashed. That's the that's the message that pops up in the Medusa fight when you kill one of them and the other one's still alive. And it's just funny to me because there's been so many of those, okay, we gotta wear this down evenly. I'll talk about the Medusas later. Totally different fight. I'm not gonna talk about the Medusas right now. So 9 and 10. But that one on the right only has 5 turns on that orb, so we gotta kill them at the same time. Because they're not gonna rebuff themselves at this point. It just isn't gonna happen. But their damage is dead even, which is perfect. I love this double Onion Knight trick. Just swapping the Onion Knights back and forth. It's so good. But this time we're gonna go with Arciela. Perfect, perfect. No healing for you guys, you're done. Awesome, so there's a more quote-unquote legit way to do this fight. So there you go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.